I stepped through my apartment door with my suitcase still in my hand. 3 months away had felt endless, but I had imagined this moment 100 times. Claire. Claire came from the hallway and stopped when Claire saw me. You're finally home. I'm home. I smiled, but Claire did not smile back. Something about Claire's face made my excitement disappear. What happened? Claire folded both hands over the stomach. I need to tell you something. My heart tightened. Are you okay? I'm pregnant. For a few seconds, I could not understand the words. What? I'm pregnant, Ethan. I stared at Claire. Pregnant? Yes. I put my suitcase down slowly. But we haven't been together for 3 months. Claire looked away. I know. No, Claire. I don't think Claire understands what I'm saying. I left for Boston 3 months ago. I came back today. I know when you left. And before I left, we were together. Yes. Exactly. So how can this pregnancy be mine? Claire's eyes filled with tears. Because I love you. That doesn't answer my question. You really want to do this right now? I want the truth right now. Claire wiped a tear from the cheek. The pregnancy happened during my vacation. I blinked. What vacation? My trip to Miami. Claire, I didn't go to Miami. I know. I wasn't there. I know that too. Then explain it. Claire crossed the room and sat on the sofa. I thought you would be happy. Happy? Yes. A baby should make you happy. A baby would make me happy if the timeline made sense. Claire looked at me with hurt in the eyes. You were gone for 3 months, Ethan. I was lonely. Lonely? Yes. You left me alone. I left for work. You always choose work. I chose a temporary assignment because we needed the money. I needed you. I called every night. Calls are not the same as having you beside me. I felt guilt rise in my chest, but the confusion was stronger. Claire, I understand that you were lonely, but loneliness doesn't explain a pregnancy. Claire stood. Why are you making me feel like some kind of criminal? I'm not. You came home and immediately questioned me. Because what you told me doesn't make sense. You think I cheated. I think something happened, and I need to know what happened. Claire shook the head. I can't believe you. Please don't turn this into an argument. You should be asking whether I'm scared. I am asking. No, you're asking whether the baby is yours. Because I need to know. Claire stared at me for several seconds. The baby is yours. Ow! I told you. The vacation. Claire, I wasn't there. You don't have to be there every second. My stomach dropped. What does that mean? Claire quickly looked away. I mean, we were still together. That is not an answer. You're acting like I betrayed you. I'm acting like someone who just heard something impossible. Claire walked toward the kitchen. I need water. I followed, keeping my voice low. Claire, please. What? When did the pregnancy happen? I don't know exactly. You don't know? The doctor gave me an estimate. What estimate? About 12 weeks. I froze. 12 weeks. Yes. I counted silently. 3 months away. 12 weeks. The numbers crashed together in my mind. That was before I came home. Claire nodded. Yes. And I was already away. Yes. Then this cannot be mine. Claire's expression changed. Are you saying I slept with someone else? I'm saying the dates don't work. You don't trust me. I want proof. Proof. A medical test. Claire stepped closer. You want a DNA test before the baby is even born? I want certainty. You're unbelievable. I'm terrified. Claire's anger softened for 1 second. Terrified of what? Of raising a child that isn't mine. Of losing the woman I love. Of discovering that everything between us was a lie. Claire looked down. You really think I could do that to you? I don't know what to think. My phone buzzed. Marcus. I answered. Marcus. Ethan, you home? Yeah. Good. I wanted to check on you. I glanced at Claire. Something happened. Bad. Claire is pregnant. There was silence. Congratulations. Marcus. I haven't been near Claire for 3 months. The silence became longer. Ethan, don't promise anything tonight. I wasn't planning to. Good. Get the facts first. Claire watched me. Who is that? Marcus. Why are you discussing our private life? Because I'm confused. Marcus spoke again. Ethan, listen to me. Don't sign anything. Don't agree to marriage. Don't make promises while you're emotional. I understand. I ended the call. Claire's face hardened. Marcus thinks I'm lying. Marcus thinks I should verify everything. You trust Marcus more than me? Tonight, I don't know who to trust. Claire's eyes filled again. I waited for you. I know. I imagined you coming home and holding me. I wanted that too. I imagined telling you about our baby. I wish the story made sense. Claire stepped closer until only a few feet separated us. You want a family? Yes. You want children? Yes. You love me? Yes. Then marry me. My breath caught. What? Marry me, Ethan. Claire, we just started talking about a pregnancy. A good man takes responsibility. I stared at Claire, feeling my entire future shift beneath my feet. Claire, I need the truth first. Then prove you're a good man. I looked at the suitcase I had carried home with so much hope. For the first time, home did not feel like home. Give me one night. One night for what? To think. There is nothing to think about. There is everything to think about. Claire shook the head. If you walk away tonight, Ethan, you may lose me forever. I might already have lost you. What does that mean? I need answers before I give you my future. You promised forever. I did. Then keep your promise. I will keep the promise I can keep. What promise? The promise to find the truth. Claire turned away. I picked up my suitcase. I had spent 3 months dreaming about coming home. Now I wondered whether I had ever known Claire. I barely slept after Claire demanded marriage. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the same words, 12 weeks. By 6 in the morning, I was sitting at my kitchen table with my laptop open. I searched my calendar first. March 4th, Boston. March 11th, Boston. March 18th, Boston. March 25th, Boston. April 1st, Boston. Every date showed the same thing. I had been away. I opened my phone and checked our messages. Claire, I miss you. Me, I miss you too. Claire, Miami will help me relax. Me, enjoy the trip. Send pictures. Claire, I will. I stopped. Miami. I scrolled through the messages again. Claire, when exactly did you leave for Miami? Claire looked up from the coffee mug. March 22nd. Who booked your flight? Why does that matter? Just answer. I booked it myself. I opened my laptop. My work records show March 22nd was a Wednesday. So, you told me Miami was a weekend trip. Claire frowned. It started Wednesday and ended Sunday. That is not what you told me. I may have forgotten. You forgot 4 days? Ethan, why are you interrogating me? Because I'm trying to understand the timeline. Claire crossed the arms. The timeline is simple. I went to Miami. I came back. I found out I was pregnant. When did you find out? Early April. April 3rd. Yes. Yesterday you said April 7th. Claire went quiet. My stomach tightened. You see why I'm asking? I was scared. Dates blur when someone is under stress. I wrote the date down. Who was with you? My friends. Which friends? Why are you doing this? Because I need answers. You already decided I cheated. I haven't decided anything. You're treating me like a liar. I'm checking facts. Claire pushed the coffee away. Facts? Our relationship should not need an investigation. I wanted to believe that. I wanted to throw away the laptop, hold Claire, and pretend the last night had never happened. Instead, I called Marcus. Marcus answered quickly. Tell me you didn't propose. I didn't. Good. I need help. Come over. I drove to Marcus's apartment and brought my laptop, phone, calendar, and every message I could find. Marcus looked through everything. Ethan, stop arguing with Claire. I'm not arguing. You're trying to make Claire admit something. That will get you nowhere. What should I do? Build a timeline. I already started. Then finish it. Flights, messages, work records, hotel receipts. Facts don't get emotional. I nodded. Marcus pointed at my phone. Look at March 22nd. I opened the message history. At 8:14 p.m., Claire had written, Wish you were here. Marcus frowned. What time was your flight? Boston to Chicago. I had a work dinner at 7. Check your airline email. I searched my inbox. There. I turned the screen toward Marcus. Marcus read the record. You landed in Chicago at 6:42. That means I was nowhere near Miami. Exactly. I felt a strange relief. Then another message appeared. Claire, Miami is beautiful tonight. Marcus stared at the screen. Do you see anything strange? What? Claire said tonight. Check the timestamp. I did. March 22nd, 11:51 p.m. 3 hours after my flight landed. Marcus leaned back. That message was sent from Miami. How do you know? Location data. My hands went cold. Then Claire really was there. Yes. That proves nothing about the pregnancy. No, but it proves Claire has already changed parts of the story. I drove to Olivia's house. Olivia opened the door and immediately pulled me inside. You look terrible. I haven't slept. Come sit down. I showed Olivia the timeline. Olivia read everything silently. Ethan, listen carefully. I'm listening. Love does not require you to ignore reality. I know. No, you don't. You are still trying to protect Claire from the truth. I love Claire. You can love Claire and still ask questions. I looked away. I'm scared. Of losing Claire? Yes. Olivia held my hand. If Claire loves you, Claire will want the truth too. I nodded. When I returned home, Claire was waiting. Where were you? With Olivia. You're talking to everyone except me. I need space. You need to trust me. I need consistency. Claire pulled out a folder. I went to the doctor today. My heart jumped. What doctor? My pregnancy doctor. Claire opened the folder and showed me an ultrasound image. This is our baby. I stared at the tiny shape. For one painful second, everything else disappeared. Ethan, look at me. I looked up. Does this change anything? I don't know. It should. I wanted to. Claire moved closer. Marry me. I swallowed hard. Claire, say yes. I looked back at the paperwork. The ultrasound report showed a date. April 9th. I read it twice. Claire, you said you discovered the pregnancy on April 3rd. I did. Then why does this report say the pregnancy was confirmed April 9th? I may have gone back for another appointment. You said this was the first appointment. Claire froze. No, I said I found out in early April. You said April 3rd. I was confused. I turned the paper toward the light. Another line caught my attention. Estimated conception date, March 18th. My heart stopped. March 18th. Claire's face changed. Yes, I was already in Boston. I know. Then how can this be my child? Claire reached for my hand. Ethan, please. I pull my hand away. No, Ethan, I need answers. You're destroying our family. I stared at the report. The dates were no longer confusing. They were impossible. And for the first time, I wondered whether the pregnancy was only the beginning of the lie. I remember Claire's first words from the night I returned. You're finally home. At the time, I had heard relief. Now I heard something else. Fear. Again. March 18th. Claire had sent me a message that night. Sleep well. I love you. I had replied from Boston. I love you too. I stared at those words until my eyes burned. If the medical date was correct, my entire understanding of Claire had changed. I did not know who the father was. I did not know why Claire had lied. But I knew one thing. I would not marry Claire until every answer came into the light. I placed the medical report on the kitchen table and waited for Claire to look at the date. March 18th. Claire, explain this. Claire stared at the paper. I already explained. No. Claire gave me 3 different dates. I was confused. Claire was confused when Claire said April 3rd. Claire was confused when Claire said April 7th. Now the report says March 18th. Pregnancy dates are estimates. Then why did Claire hide the report? I didn't hide anything. You left it inside a folder. I forgot. You remember the ultrasound. Claire folded the arms. Why are you doing this? Because I need the truth. You need to trust me. I trusted Claire for years. And now I need evidence. Claire's eyes hardened. Fine. If Ethan wants to accuse Claire, Ethan can explain everything to our families. Explain what? That Ethan abandoned a pregnant woman. My anger rose so quickly that my hands began shaking. I did not abandon Claire. You left for 3 months. For work. You chose work over Claire. I called every night. That does not matter. It matters to me. Claire stepped closer. People will believe Claire. I stared at the woman I had planned to marry. Maybe. What does that mean? It means I'm done begging Claire to tell me the truth. Claire went silent. I picked up my phone and called Marcus. Marcus, can you come over? I'm already on my way. How did you know? Your voice. 20 minutes later, Marcus entered my apartment and looked at the papers. Show me everything. I handed over the report. Marcus read it twice. March 18th. Yes. And you were in Boston? Yes. Then stop arguing with Claire. I know. Marcus opened my laptop. Let's check the Miami pictures. I pulled up Claire's vacation album. Here. Marcus scrolled slowly. Beach. Hotel. Restaurant. Pool. Nothing. Wait. Marcus stopped at a restaurant photograph. Zoom in. I enlarged the image. Claire stood near a glass window, smiling toward the camera. Marcus pointed at the reflection. Who is that? I leaned closer. A man appeared behind Claire in the glass. Black jacket. Dark hair. Silver watch. My chest tightened. Ryan Mitchell. You know Ryan? Claire called Ryan an old friend. When did Ryan become an old friend? Before my assignment. Ryan appeared at Claire's company event. Did Claire introduce you? Yes. What did Claire say? Claire said Ryan had helped with a marketing project. Marcus zoomed in again. Look at the date. March 21st. I stared at the screen. Claire told me the Miami trip started March 22nd. Marcus looked at me. Then why was Ryan there March 21st? I don't know. I opened Claire's social media page. Here are more pictures. Marcus studied the posts. Somebody took these. I assumed hotel staff. Look at the shadows. I zoomed into another picture. A man's hand appeared near the edge of the frame. The same silver watch was visible. Ryan. Marcus nodded. Definitely looks like Ryan. I felt something inside me crack. Maybe Ryan traveled separately. Maybe they met by accident. Maybe. I looked at Marcus. You don't believe that. I believe facts. I opened an older photograph from company dinner. Ryan stood beside Claire. I remember that night. Claire had smiled and said, Ryan is just an old friend. At the time, I had laughed. Now the memory felt poisonous. I called Claire. Where are you? What? I need to ask one question. About what? Ryan. Silence. What about Ryan? Was Ryan in Miami? No. Are you sure? Of course. I found Ryan in your photograph. That could be anyone. I know Ryan. Claire's breathing changed. Ethan, you are becoming obsessed. Was Ryan in Miami? No. Then why does Ryan appear in your hotel photograph? I don't know. Why does Ryan appear in another picture? Stop. What? Because this is becoming cruel. Cruel? Yes. I'm asking about the man Claire called an old friend. Ryan means nothing. Then Claire should have no problem explaining the pictures. Claire hung up. I stared at the phone. Marcus spoke quietly. That reaction tells you something. It tells me Claire is scared. Then we need proof. I agree. I searched for private investigators and found Nathan Brooks. I called the number. Nathan Brooks? Yes. My name is Ethan Carter. I need help investigating a relationship. Do you have evidence? I have dates, photographs, messages, and a name. Ryan Mitchell? I froze. How do you know? I know the name. Can we meet? Tomorrow morning. I need something sooner. Then send me what you have. I sent the files. An hour later, Nathan called. Ethan, I found a travel record. My heart started pounding. What record? Ryan Mitchell booked a flight to Miami. When? March 21st. I closed my eyes. Claire arrived March 22nd. Yes. Where did Ryan stay? Same hotel. My stomach dropped. Are you certain? I checked the booking information. Can you prove it? I can provide documentation. Please do. Nathan paused. There is more. What? Ryan returned on March 26th. I looked at Marcus. Claire returned March 26th too. Nathan answered calmly. Yes. I felt the last piece of my denial disappear. Thank you, Nathan. We are only beginning. I ended the call. Marcus watched me. What did Nathan find? Ryan traveled with Claire. Marcus exhaled. I looked again at the photograph. Claire was smiling. Ryan was standing behind the glass. I had once believed that smile belonged to me. Now I understood something worse. The secret had started before I ever knew there was a secret. I closed the laptop. I'm not confronting Claire again. Marcus nodded. Good. I want the truth first. And then, I looked at Ryan's face on the screen. Then I decide what justice means. For the first time since Claire announced the pregnancy, I was not afraid of losing Claire. I was afraid of discovering how much Claire had already taken from me. I opened my calendar once more and marked March 18th through March 26th. Those dates no longer looked like ordinary days. Those dates looked like the doorway to a truth Claire had buried. I knew heartbreak was waiting beyond that doorway, but I also knew I could not turn away. Not anymore. Not after everything I had seen. Nathan sent the files at 7:14 that evening. I opened the first folder with shaking hands. Ethan, are you ready for this? Nathan's voice came through my phone. No. Then take your time. I need the truth. You have it. The question is whether you can handle it. I opened the first message. Claire, I miss you. Ryan, I miss you more. Claire, Ethan thinks everything is normal. Ryan, let him think that. My stomach turned. I scrolled. Claire, when Ethan returns, the plan starts. Ryan, marriage. Claire, marriage. Ryan, and the money? Claire, Ethan has enough savings to make our problems disappear. I stopped breathing. Marcus, come here. Marcus rushed into the room. What happened? Read this. Marcus took my phone. Ethan, don't read anymore. I need to. You already know enough. No, I need everything. I opened another message. Claire, the baby will make Ethan stay. Ryan, what if Ethan asks for a DNA test? Claire, I will make Ethan feel guilty. Ryan, and if guilt fails? Claire, I will tell everyone Ethan abandoned a pregnant woman. My hands went numb. Marcus looked at me. Ethan, put the phone down. I can't. You are hurting yourself. I need to know how long this has been happening. I kept scrolling. March 2nd. Claire, Ryan, I love you. Ryan, then leave Ethan. Claire, not yet. Ethan is still useful. I felt sick. Useful. Marcus lowered the phone. Ethan, breathe. I love Claire. I know. I planned a future. I know. I trusted every word. Marcus sat beside me. Do not let betrayal destroy you. I laughed bitterly. Destroy me? Claire already did. No. Claire hurt you. What you do next belongs to you. I opened another folder. Nathan had found hotel records, restaurant receipts, and private messages. One message made my chest ache. Claire, Ethan will propose when I tell Ethan about the baby. Ryan, good. Once the wedding happens, everything changes. Claire, exactly. I closed my eyes. They planned my marriage. Marcus nodded. They planned your future around your money. I stood and walked to the window. I want revenge. Marcus stayed quiet. I want Claire to feel what I feel. You can make Claire suffer. I want Ryan ruined. You can ruin Ryan too. Then why are you stopping me? I'm not stopping you. I'm asking whether revenge will give you peace. I turned. What gives me peace? Protecting yourself. I hated that answer because I knew Marcus was right. Olivia arrived 20 minutes later. What happened? I handed Olivia the phone. Olivia read the messages without speaking. After a minute, Olivia looked at me. Ethan, please do not make a decision tonight. Why? Because anger wants a permanent answer. I want justice. Justice is not the same as revenge. I want Claire exposed. Then expose the truth. I want Ryan punished. Then let evidence speak. I nodded. Olivia touched my shoulder. Do not become someone you hate because someone betrayed you. I looked at the messages again. I will protect myself first. That is the right decision. I called Claire. Come over. Why? I know about Ryan. Silence filled the call. Ethan, please listen. Come over. I can explain. I want the explanation in person. Claire arrived 20 minutes later. Claire entered slowly. Ethan. I placed the phone on the table. Read. Claire looked at the screen. I can explain. Read the messages. I was scared. Read them. Claire picked up the phone. Tears appeared. Ethan, I never wanted to hurt you. You planned to marry me because of my money. No. The messages say exactly that. I was desperate. You loved Ryan. Yes. The word struck harder than I expected. And the baby? Claire covered the face. Ethan, whose baby? Claire cried. Ryan's. My knees nearly weakened. Say it clearly. The baby is Ryan's. I stepped backward. How long? Months. Before my assignment? Yes. Before the pregnancy? Yes. I felt the room spinning. Why did you choose me? I thought you would forgive me. You thought I would finance your life. I thought you loved me enough to stay. I did love you. Claire sobbed. I know. That was the problem. Claire reached for my hand. I never intended to hurt you. You lied every day. I was afraid. You made fear your excuse for destroying me. I am sorry. Sorry cannot change the truth. A knock hit the door. Claire looked toward the entrance. I opened the door. Ryan stood outside. Ryan looked directly at me. We need to talk. I have nothing to say to Ryan. Ryan stepped inside. You need to stay quiet. I stared at Ryan. Excuse me? If you expose this, Claire loses everything. That sounds like your problem. Ryan moved closer. You have no idea what you are dealing with. I know enough. You will destroy a family. You destroyed my relationship. Ryan's jaw tightened. Keep your mouth shut, Ethan. I felt fear, but anger burned hotter. No. Ryan stared at me. You should think carefully. I already did. I picked up my phone. I have every message. Ryan went pale. I smiled without happiness. And now I have something neither of you can control. The truth. I looked at Claire. Did you ever love me? Yes. Then why was I only a plan? I do not know. That answer is not enough. I picked up the evidence. I am leaving this relationship. Please do not leave. I am leaving because your story was built on lies. Ryan stepped forward. Think about your career. Do not threaten me. I am warning you. I am done being afraid. Marcus moved beside me. Ryan, leave. Ryan glared at Marcus. This is not finished. It is finished for me. I opened the door. Get out. Ryan hesitated, then walked away. Claire followed. At the doorway, Claire stopped. I am sorry. I believe you are sorry. But I am not coming back. The door closed. I stood alone. Silence felt better than love built on lies. I saved every file and sent copies to Nathan. Then I deleted Claire's number. I was furious, but I was still standing. Tomorrow, I would decide what to do with the truth. I woke before sunrise and found Ryan's message waiting on my phone. You have until tonight to stay quiet. I stared at the words until anger replaced the fear. I replied, you do not control me. Ryan called immediately. Ethan, listen carefully. I am listening. You cannot destroy Claire's life. Ryan already destroyed my life. You can walk away. I'm walking away from Claire. I'm not accepting responsibility for your child. You think money will solve this? I think the truth will. Ryan's voice hardened. You have no idea what happens if this becomes public. I know exactly what happens. People learn the truth. You will regret this. I already regret trusting Claire. The call ended. I placed the phone down and took a long breath. My hands were still shaking, but my decision felt clear. Claire arrived before breakfast. Please let me explain. I have heard enough explanations. I made one terrible mistake. One. Claire's eyes filled. I was scared. You lied about the pregnancy. I panicked. You lied about Ryan. I know. You planned to marry me for money. Claire covered the face. I hated myself for that. I looked away because part of me still remembered Claire before the lies. I remembered Claire laughing in my kitchen, holding my hand during storms, and promising that love meant honesty. I loved you. I whispered. I know. That is why this hurts. Please forgive me. I do not know if I can. You do not have to forget. I cannot forget. Claire stepped closer. Give me another chance. I cannot raise Ryan's child as mine. I never asked you to. You built your entire plan around that. Claire cried harder. I was wrong. Yes. I am sorry. I believe the apology. Claire looked hopeful. But forgiveness will not rebuild the relationship. Claire lowered the eyes. Then what happens to me? You face the consequences of your choices. I called Dr. Daniel Hayes that afternoon. Dr. Hayes, I need the medical timeline reviewed. I remember Claire's case. Can the dates prove the pregnancy could not have started while I was in Boston? Yes. Based on the records you provided, the estimated conception date falls during your documented absence. So Claire's original story was impossible? Correct. I closed my eyes. Thank you. There is something else. What? Pregnancy estimates are not exact, but the difference between the dates you described is too large to support the original claim. That is enough for me. I ended the call. Later, Grace arrived at my apartment. Ethan, Claire told me there was a disagreement. I placed the evidence on the table. Grace, you deserve the truth. Grace read the first message. What is this? Claire and Ryan. Grace kept reading. No, I'm sorry. This cannot be real. I wish it were not. Grace found the hotel records. Ryan was in Miami? Yes. During Claire's vacation? Yes. Grace covered the mouth. Claire told me Ethan was abandoning Claire. I never abandoned Claire. I know that now. Grace continued reading. She lied to me too. I did not want to hurt you. You did not hurt me, Ethan. Claire did. Grace sat down. What about the baby? Ryan is the biological father. Grace closed the folder. I cannot believe my daughter did this. I cannot believe it either. Grace looked at me with tears in the eyes. Did Claire ever love you? I think Claire did. That makes this worse. I agree. Grace left after promising to speak with Claire. That evening, Nathan called. Ethan, I found something about Ryan. What? Ryan is nearly bankrupt. I sat upright. How bad? Very bad. Ryan has several unpaid loans and a failed business. And Claire's financial records show plans for a joint account after marriage. My stomach tightened. Ryan was counting on my money. Yes. Can you prove that? I already have. Nathan sent the documents. I opened them and found projected expenses, debt payments, and transfers connected to Ryan. I laughed once without humor. So I was never the father in their plan. You were the funding source. That sentence hurt more than I expected. Ryan called again. Ethan, we need to settle this. There is nothing to settle. You can still protect Claire. I'm protecting myself. Think about what happens to Claire. Think about what happens to Ryan. Silence. You found out. I found everything. You do not understand. I understand perfectly. I never wanted this. You wanted my money. I wanted a future. You wanted my future. Ryan became silent. I'm not giving Ryan another dollar. You cannot do this. I already did. I ended the call. Claire sent one final message. Please come back. I looked at the words for a long time. Then I deleted the message. For months, Claire and Ryan had believed that I would become trapped by guilt, love, and responsibility. Now their plan was collapsing. My fear was fading. My anger was becoming strength. I did not need to destroy them. I only needed to stop protecting them. For the first time since I came home, I felt free. The next morning, I met Ryan outside his office. Why are you here? I wanted Ryan to hear this from me. I have nothing to say. I'm not taking responsibility for the child. Claire needs support. Claire chose Ryan. You are trying to punish Claire. No, I am refusing to be used. Ryan stepped closer. You think you are better than us? No, I simply know where my responsibility ends. What about Claire's reputation? Claire's reputation is not my responsibility either. Ryan clenched both fists. You will regret exposing this. I've already saved every document. You would destroy everything. I'm not destroying anything. I'm telling the truth. Ryan looked away. You took Claire from me. No, I discovered that Claire was never mine to keep. That sentence surprised even me. I'd spent days thinking about revenge, but standing there, I realized revenge was becoming unnecessary. Ryan had already lost the future Ryan wanted. Claire had already lost my trust. Money could not repair that. I walked away without another argument. When I reached my car, Olivia called. How are you? Different. Different how? Less broken. That sounds like progress. I packed the last box before sunrise. My apartment looked empty, but my mind felt crowded. Marcus stood near the doorway. You sure you want to leave? I need a place where Claire's voice cannot reach me. Marcus nodded. I can help with the boxes. I've already packed everything. I lifted the final box and placed it beside the door. This is it. Starting over? Trying to. My phone vibrated. Claire. I stared at the screen. Answer. No. Another call came. Then another. Marcus looked at me. Claire will keep calling. I know. Are you going to block Claire? Not yet. Why? Because part of me still wants an apology. The phone stopped. A message appeared. Please talk to me. I closed my eyes. I hate that I still care. Marcus walked closer. Caring does not mean going back. I know, but you are still hoping Claire will say something that makes everything hurt less. That is exactly what I am hoping. Maku's sight. Then let the final conversation happen when you are ready. I moved into a small apartment across town that afternoon. The place was plain, quiet, and completely mine. I opened the windows and let the cold morning air fill the rooms. I bought a cheap table, 2 chairs, and a small plant for the kitchen. None of those things were special, but every choice belonged to me. I realized how much of my old life had been built around keeping Claire happy. Now I could choose without asking whether Claire would approve. That simple freedom felt unfamiliar, but it also felt like the beginning of healing again. For the first time in months, I slept without waiting for another lie. The next morning, Claire called again. "Ethan, please." I answered. "What do you want?" "I want another chance." "That cannot happen. Please listen." "I have listened for months. I made mistakes." Claire made choices. "I know. You chose Ryan. I know. You chose money. I know. You chose a lie." Claire became quiet. "I thought I could fix everything." "You cannot fix what you destroyed." "I regret it." "I believe you." "Then why will you not come back?" "Because regret does not rebuild trust." "I still love you." "I loved you too." I'm trying to learn how to live without Claire." "Ethan, please do not say that." "I need to." Claire cried softly. "I am sorry. I know. I never wanted this." "You wanted security." "Yes." The admission hurt more than another lie. I wanted security more than love. I looked at the empty wall. "Thank you for finally telling me." I thought Ethan would never investigate. That was the plan. I believed love would make Ethan accept everything. And now I know how wrong I was. I cannot return. I understand. The call ended. Later that day, Ryan called. "Ethan, Claire needs help." Ryan chose to leave Claire. I had to. Why? The marriage is finished. There is nothing left for me. So Ryan was only staying for the plan? No. That answer came too quickly. Ryan went silent. "You wanted my money. I wanted a future funded by me. I made mistakes. You both did. I am done." "Then stay done." Ryan ended the call. That evening, Grace came to my apartment. "Ethan, may I come inside?" "Yes." Grace sat across from me. "I owe you an apology." "You do not have to." "I do." Grace looked down. "I defended Claire because I believed Claire's story. You were protecting your daughter. I accused you of abandoning Claire. I remember. I was wrong. You did not know the truth. I should have asked. I understand." Grace wiped away a tear. "I am ashamed. Please do not carry Claire's choices. But I helped make your pain worse. I forgive you." Grace looked surprised. "You do?" "Yes." "Why?" "Because I do not want anger controlling my life." Grace nodded. "You sound different." "I am different." After Grace left, Marcus called. "How are you holding up?" "Better." "Better is enough. I keep thinking about revenge. And I do not want revenge anymore." Marcus smiled. "That is how you survive betrayal." "How?" "You survive without becoming bitter." I looked around my new apartment. I thought surviving meant making Claire regret everything. No. Surviving means building a life Claire cannot destroy. I stayed silent. Marcus continued. "Your future belongs to you now." "Thank you." 3 days later, I agreed to meet Claire one final time. We sat at a quiet cafe. Claire looked tired. I almost canceled. I almost did too. "Thank you for coming. I need closure." "So do I." I placed my hands on the table. "Tell me everything without excuses." Claire nodded. "I wanted security. I know. I was afraid of losing my lifestyle. You could have asked me for help. I was ashamed." "So Claire chose deception." "Yes." "Why Ryan?" "I believed Ryan understood me." "Did Ryan love you?" "I do not know." "Did Claire love me?" Claire looked directly at me. "Yes." "Then why?" "Because love was not enough for Claire." The answer hurt. I gave Claire trust. I know. I gave Claire every chance. I know. And Claire gave me a false pregnancy story. I regret everything. I believe that. Can Ethan ever forgive me? I already have. Claire looked shocked. But Ethan will not return? No. Why? Because forgiveness releases me. It does not restore what was destroyed. Claire began crying. I stood. I hope Claire finds peace. I hope Ethan does too. I walked away. That night, Nathan called. "Ethan, I found one final document." "What is it?" "A draft Claire created before Ethan returned from Boston." My chest tightened. "What does it say?" "Claire wrote the pregnancy story before your return." "Before I came home?" "Yes." "Send it." The file arrived seconds later. I opened it. The first line read, "Ethan will believe the pregnancy happened during the vacation." I stared at the screen. The betrayal had not begun when Claire announced the pregnancy. It had begun before I even came home. I closed the file. For the first time, I felt no need to ask why. I already knew enough. I had not lost my future. I had escaped a future built on lies. I woke before sunrise and opened the curtains of my new apartment. The city was quiet, and for once my mind was quiet too. 6 months earlier, I had believed my life was ending. Now I understood that my old life had only been ending. My phone buzzed. "Olivia, coffee," I replied. "Give me 20 minutes." I dressed and drove to the cafe where Olivia was waiting. Olivia smiled. "You look better." "I feel better." "Really? Really?" Olivia handed me coffee. "I have been worried about you." "I know." "You stopped talking about Claire." Olivia smiled and said, "That is different. I finally understand something." "What?" "I can remember betrayal without living inside it." Olivia smiled. "That sounds like healing." I looked through the window at people walking past. My career was finally moving again. Olivia told me, "You earned that." I thought losing Claire would destroy my future. Claire did not own your future. I knew that now. Do you regret loving Claire? I thought about the question. No. Why? Because the love was real on my side. Olivia smiled and said, "That is a strong answer." It took me months to believe it. After coffee, I drove to my office. My promotion had finally been approved, and the project I had nearly lost during the scandal was back under my control. My manager called me into the office. "Ethan, congratulations." "Thank you. You rebuilt the account faster than expected. I needed something to focus on." "You earned this." I shook the offered hand and returned to my desk. Marcus was waiting. Marcus grinned and said, "Look at you." "What?" "Successful again." "I am trying." Marcus laughed. "Trying? I'm still learning." Marcus sat down and said, "I have news. Good or bad?" Ryan accepted a settlement in the financial case. "What happened?" Marcus explained that Ryan's debt records became public after the investigation. I leaned back. "Does Ryan still blame me?" "Ryan blames everyone." I smiled. "That sounds familiar." Ryan lost the business. And Claire? Claire moved back with Grace. I felt a small ache. Is Claire okay? Probably not. I hope Claire becomes okay. Marcus studied my face. "You still care." "I care about what happens to people." "That does not mean I want Claire back." Marcus smiled. "That is progress." "I do not want revenge." "Why?" "Because the truth already changed everything." Marcus nodded. "Claire wanted security. Claire lost it." "Ryan wanted my money. Ryan lost access to it." "Claire wanted marriage. Claire lost the relationship." Marcus asked, "And what did Ethan gain?" I smiled. "My life." Marcus stood. "That answer is worth more than revenge." Months passed. I rebuilt my routines. Ordinary life slowly returned again. One evening, Olivia asked me, "Do you trust people again?" "I trust myself again." That was not my question. It is the answer I needed. "Why?" "Because I used to think trusting Claire meant ignoring my doubts. And now I listen when something feels wrong." Olivia smiled. "I'm proud of you." I looked down at my coffee. "I am proud of myself too." That sentence felt strange. It felt good. I still remembered the night Claire told me about the pregnancy. Sometimes the memory arrived without warning. I remembered the suitcase, the apartment, and Claire's words. "I'm pregnant." For months, those words had felt like a wound. Now, they felt like a doorway. I no longer asked what I could have done differently. I no longer wondered whether I should have trusted Claire more. I knew the truth. Trust had not failed because I asked questions. Trust had failed because Claire chose lies. One rainy Friday, Nathan called. "Ethan, I wanted to update you." "About Ryan?" "Yes." "Go ahead." Nathan explained that Ryan had started repaying part of the debt. "That is good," Nathan said. "Ryan also asked whether you would speak with Ryan." I laughed softly. "What did you say?" "I said Ethan would decide. I do not need that conversation." I expected that. Then Nathan added, "There is something else." "What?" "Claire asked for your new address." My stomach tightened. "Did you give it?" "No." "Thank you," Nathan continued. "Claire also asked whether you would ever forgive Claire." I looked toward the rain-covered window. "I already forgave Claire." Nathan sounded surprised. "You did?" "I forgave Claire because I do not want anger controlling my life. That is all. That is enough." A week later, I received a message from an unknown number. I knew the number immediately. "Claire, can I ask one final question?" I stared at the screen. My heart beat faster, but the old panic did not return. I typed, "What is the question?" Claire replied, "Can Ethan ever forgive Claire?" I sat quietly. Months ago, I would have written an angry answer. Now I wrote the truth. "I forgive Claire." The reply came quickly. "Does that mean there is still a chance?" I looked at the words. I typed no. Why? Because forgiveness does not mean returning. Claire took several minutes to answer. "I understand." I typed one final message. "I hope Claire builds a good life." Claire replied, "I hope Ethan does too." I placed the phone face down. No anger. No shaking hands. No need to send another message. Just silence. I walked to my balcony and watched the rain. For a long time, I had believed winning meant making Claire regret losing me. That was not victory. Victory was waking up without needing Claire's apology. Victory was building a career without proving anything to Ryan. Victory was laughing with Olivia without pretending I was fine. Victory was trusting my own judgment again. I remembered the night I returned home with my suitcase. I had believed I was walking into my future. Instead, I walked into the truth. Losing Claire had hurt. Losing Claire had changed me. But losing Claire had also saved me. I could have spent years inside a marriage built on guilt. I could have raised a child while secretly questioning every memory. I could have given away my savings, trying to preserve a relationship that never deserved my trust. Instead, I walked away. Not because I was stronger than everyone who betrayed me. I walked away because I finally understood my worth. My phone buzzed one last time. I did not check it. I already knew what I needed to know. I looked at the city lights and took a slow breath. I survived. The words sounded simple. They meant everything. I survived the lie. I survived the heartbreak. I survived the anger. I survived the temptation to become bitter. Most importantly, I survived without losing myself. The next morning, I woke early and went for a run. The air felt cold, but my chest felt light. I passed the park where Olivia and I had once walked after I discovered the truth. I stopped near a bench. Olivia had told me something that day. Do not let Claire decide who Ethan becomes. I had finally listened. I returned home, made breakfast, opened my laptop, and started work. My future waited for me. Not Claire's future. Not Ryan's future. Not the future Claire had planned around my money. Mine. I smiled and returned to work. For the first time in a long time, I did not need to look backward. I did not need revenge. I did not need another apology. I did not need Claire to understand what Claire had lost. I only needed to understand what I had gained. I had gained peace. I had gained courage. I had gained the ability to trust my own voice. And I had gained a life that belonged completely to me. That was the justice I wanted. That was the ending I chose. I closed my laptop at sunset and stepped outside. The street was bright with warm lights. I walked forward. I did not look back. I did not need to. Survival was never about destroying the people who betrayed me. Survival was about becoming someone who no longer needed them.